Om Sri Sai Ram. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopal Krishna Jai, Gopal Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopal Krishna Jai, Gopal Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai. गोपिका माल हार प्यारी माई मीरा मन विहारी मदन मोहन मुरली धारी कृष्ण जय। गोपिका माल हार प्यारी माई मीरा मन विहारी मदन मोहन मुरली धारी कृष्ण जय। कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय। गोविंद कृष्ण जय, गोपाल कृष्ण जय, गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय। ओम श्री साई राम। God says that every person created by God, even every flower, every animal, every bird is unique. God does not manufacture, He creates. Creation is always unique. And this avatar also is exceptionally unique. No avatar has done this before. No one. Walking among the masses, taking letters from millions and millions of people in the crowds of millions. No holiday for him, 365 days. Always available, every morning, every evening. Interviews, Pad Namaskars, writing Om for small children, cutting hair. He has done for my both children, cutting hair, giving first morsel of food, performing marriages, keeping names, signing photographs, books. If there is any record in the Guinness books, he has received the maximum letters personally, millions, with his own hands, and millions by post, telegram, and registered letters. Uncountable. And it is not that they come and then they are kept like that. He responds, and he has responded. Even now, he responds to each and every one individually. And the personal relationship that he has maintained with millions, he gives personal touch to his personal relationship. Personal touch. Not like today, even the brothers and daughters and sons, they will send greetings and Happy New Year on WhatsApp. He gives personal touch. Exclusively personal. Such personal touch that it touches your heart. And he does it so casually. And he doesn't impose himself upon anyone. Like a child, like a simple thing. He does it as if he has done nothing. But his one touch, one smile, one word, one darshan has changed and transformed millions of lives and millions of situations in billions of people's lives, even in dreams. Who can say with this confidence that I'll appear to you in your dream every Tuesday? Nowadays, I mentioned in one of my talks, Zoom meetings in Religion of Love series, 4 Saturdays. I will give brief on that. That there are so many Satya Sai Babas and Prema Sai Babas in market today. I asked Swami actually, I talked to him like I talk to anybody else. And he appears and he responds. I said, Swami, there are so many Satya Sai Babas, so many Prema Sai Babas in the market. He was laughing. And then he said, let them enjoy. At least by taking my name, they are getting BMW in one day. But ask them, can anyone claim that Shirdi Sai Baba is working and speaking through them and they are now living Shirdi Sai Babas? No. Because then they have to live as a fakir, as a beggar. This is the tricks of our human minds. But keeping that aside, there was one gentleman, I mentioned his, our family friend like Mr. Ram Ratnani from Surat. I mentioned his entire lifeline in brief, what he himself narrated to me. We would spend hours together speaking on Swami, very pure-hearted soul. Once when Swami permitted me to attend the morning sessions, which normally no VIPs are also not allowed. But I don't want to miss any chance with Swami. I have attended Swami's hostel meetings with boys, his lunch with boys, with his permission, of course. Even VIPs or even some of the staff members would not get chance to it. And I have been blessed by Swami to attend every function, be it inauguration of super specialty hospital or any visit of any dignitary in super specialty hospital. I would get his permission and I'll be there. Attended many such meetings as his child, because yad bhavam tad bhavati. From day one, I don't know, I consider myself him to be the King of Kings, and if I am his child, which I am, every one of us is, but I live my faith on that if he is the king, then I am his prince. Actually, each and every one of us is his prince and princesses. No one is exclusive for him. No one is special for every one of us. But yad bhavam tad bhavati. God you think, God you are. Dust you think, dust you are. That is the law of the nature. So in that one of the morning sessions, when Swami asked me to call my mother and stay and serve her and make her stay in Puttaparthi with me, she stayed with me with Swami's blessings. She was here for Swami and I was blessed to be with her till 2010 when she merged with Swami. Swami sent special silk sari and this big vibhuti, and I have mentioned in one of the first videos that her body, when it was brought back, she breathed last the moment she entered Swami's super specialty hospital, because maybe she wanted to merge with Swami from that holy hospital. And the face, even the next day when the body was given to us, she was smiling, her face was so bright like an angel. Nobody could believe it. Full brightness like angel. So during that morning session, this Mr. Ram Ratnani, our friend, I have mentioned that he was initially from Ulhasnagar, and he himself told us that he was so poor that he had no money to even buy milk for his 3 daughters. So he ran away from his house and chanting Om Namah Shivaya, that is all he knew about God, and he collapsed. And in the morning, when he was awakened by some angel, like what he says is like Shiva like person, that light, that Shiva in his vision told him, go to Puttaparthi. And he came to Puttaparthi. Swami called him for interview, and Swami asked him, what do you want? Why you want to run away and you commit suicide? He said, Bhagwan, I am fed up. I want big money. And he became very rich. I mentioned the details in one of the videos. So then he became so rich that he had no place to keep money. He constructed 2 theatres in Surat. Gayatri and Gangotri, I believe, yeah. I visited that theatre. And then he prayed for a son. He had 3 daughters, so he wanted a son. Maybe he was old enough, but still he wanted a son. Swami said, Tathastu. He said, I have shown whatever you ask for, I'll give, till you realize what you actually need to ask, or what I am capable of giving and come to give you. That is why I mentioned when the second coming, I will talk on that also separately. God has not come to create hospital. Avatar doesn't come to create a hospital or a university or a trust or an organization. That could be done by many people. Any person with good intentions, good money could do it. He has come to uplift our minds to the next level of awareness. And he has come to light the lamp of love, his love. What we call love is anything but love. So he has come to light the lamp of his love, the universal love, in each and every heart. Universal love. Because for love to be selfless, it has to be universal and it has to be limitless. When we confine our love to our own selves or our family or our region or religion or community or nation, it is like a frog living in the well, or it is like a pond. It doesn't flow. Love has to flow. It has to be universal. Only universal minds, Swami says, can solve universal problems. Selfish mind cannot solve their own problems. What can they do? And we all know political minds by their DNA are selfish minds. That is why they are not able to solve any problems. They will never be able to do it. Only universal minds with universal vision, with universal wisdom, with universal awareness can solve and comprehend and solve the universal problems. So Swami has come to light that lamp of universal love in each and every human heart. When he says each and every human heart, means even the hearts of so-called non-believers. That is the mission. But this man wanted to have big money. That is the mistake we all do. Swami says life is a limited company. Your body temperature has limits. Your BP has, blood pressure has limits. All your vital parameters within limits, they will keep you healthy and alive. But if they cross the limits, you're gone. Disease, Swami says, is nothing but want of ease. Big money, you should have money, of course. Everything has its own utility. You should have light, but you should have sound. Our ears cannot bear to hear sound beyond certain limits. Same with our eyes. You can't see beyond certain limits of intensity of light. So we should all have money, but this everybody wants to become. Ask anybody, even youngsters, I want to become big man. Swami says, why not become a good man? Why not have good money, good name, good fame? You should have name, fame, money, yes, but there should be an adjective to this. Good money, good name, good fame. Be good, do good, see good. This is the way to goodness is godliness. But we want big money. So Swami says beyond that limit, it is like going beyond the limit of 120/80 in our blood pressure. Then money brings misery. So he asked Swami, I have wanted only money. Why you gave me this disease? He was diabetic, the last stage, and his son was born with diabetes. Swami said, when you invite a blind person, you have to tell your wife that she has to cook food for 2 persons. You have invited one blind person, but a blind will never come alone. Money is power. Every power is blind. And blind power never comes alone. Money power always brings along with it the misery, the companion, inseparable companion. But we in our modern education, modern culture, we always want to do big, not good. We don't want to be simple. We want to be something very special. VIPs. Everybody wants to be a VIP. Here is the catch. That is why when his son fell in bad company and he died of an accident, they cried, the mother. Of course, they did everything with Swami's Vibhuti and all, and they was great devotees. But mother is inconsolable. She knew in her heart and mind that it is Swami's Maya and all. They had this full devotion and faith in Swami. So after everything, ritualism, everything was over, Swami called them for interview. And look at this God. When the mother started crying, because you can imagine a young son, the only son who has come after so many years, after 3 daughters and all the sufferings. Every mother is attached, but this was more than normal attachment. Swami said, don't cry. Swami, my son is gone. अम्मा, आज के बाद मैं तुम्हारा पुत्र हूं. She used to call jokingly her son, hey Putra, come here. Putra is some Punjabi Putra, not in Gujarati, but they got this slang word between mother and son, which was only personal relationship. But Swami told her, मैं तुम्हारा पुत्र हूं. Don't worry. The moment Swami uttered this word, holding her hands, that आज के बाद मैं तुम्हारा पुत्र हूं, she stopped crying after that moment. She got, in her own words, we are like family. She said, Harish beta, I became so peaceful. Not only that he said that I am your son like, but he actually took care of both this Mr. and Mrs. Ram Ratnani like their own son till end. And when Mr. Ratnani merged with Swami, he had left because he could not bear the fire of 3 zeros. Swami came and informed his wife that he has merged with me. As Swami told once Kasturiji, Ramana Maharishi has merged with me. Swami came and told this Mrs. Ram Ratnani in darshan, Amma, Ratnani has merged with me. She did not cry, but she went to her room in South Prashanti, A11 I believe, and she came back in white sari, because that is the tradition, custom in Hindu. A widow has to come in white sari. She removed all the gold and everything and she came in white sari. So after bhajans, when Swami was going back, he saw her in white sari without any gold. Not on. He said, hey, he has merged with me. I am not dead. Why? Go and wear the normal clothes. That made her so happy. In her own words, she really felt that she has lost nothing. My husband has merged with Swami. Why should I cry? Why should I wear white sari? Swami is here. This is how this avatar plays personal role with personal touch. He becomes your son. He even takes the place of your husband or wife. Friendship and relationship only with God. Once Swami told me, when the wife dies, within a month the husband will come and sit in darshan with a letter, with a request, with a prayer that Swami, if you take this letter, I want to remarry. I want to marry once again. Why should ladies wear white sari and remove everything? Why? Be normal. Before marriage, who is husband? Who is wife? Before birth, who is mother? Who is child? This is in between. You come together and then you take your own ways. Everybody has to play the role. Entry and exit, the dialogue, delivery, everything of every person is different. God has not created two persons with the same body, identical body, or identical minds, or identical desires, identical thoughts. Even the twins will think differently. Even mother and daughter sleeping together, husband and wife, they'll have different desires, different dreams. God has not made us. One couple came to me, young people they married young boys and girls from Anandpur and Whitefield. Uncle, we thought that we both are Sai students, so it will be very easy for us, but our thoughts are so different. I said, then if your thoughts are identical, then it should be a problem. You should go to a doctor. Because God has not created any two minds, identical minds. It has to be different. This is His creation, His personal touch, which Satya Sai Baba, which Prema Sai Baba in the market can have that personal touch. Who can say, you do my work, I will take care of your work. They can give some jnana, something like discourses, nice. They can create hospitals, institutions with good money, good intentions. No doubt on that. But Avatar is beyond that. He has come to uplift. Here I remember another incident, Kasturiji himself narrated. I used to go to his room. Many times he would invite me and narrate to me something which is not even published in Sanatana Sarathi. Same thing with Narasimhan Garu, the Sanatana Sarathi editor after Kasturiji. He was also very kind and affectionate towards me. Those days there was no security or arrogance. Anybody could, with love for Swami, you can talk to Kasturiji like your father. He narrated, I think it is published in Satyam Shum Sundaram or Sanatan Sarathi, I don't remember exactly, but he used to give talk. Gopal Raoji, Kasturiji, and sometimes Subha Raoji in East Prashanti, those days, where now the boys' hostel is there for Vrindavan boys. We used to have study circle every morning after bhajans. So he gave this information to us that once a lady, she lost her husband in army. She became widow and she was long time devotee, and then after, in our tradition, till 1 year the lady is not supposed to go out. So she thought in her mind that after few months at least she would come to Puttaparthi. But after 3 months or so, she lost her son, the only son, young boy. That became too much for her to bear. So this was a double shock. She had not yet come out of the one shock and then another shock. And the only son, young boy, you can imagine, a lady who has lost her husband and in 3 months his son dies. Too much. So she came along with her mother or mother-in-law to Swami. Both were devotees. And she sat in darshan. Swami called them for interview. And on that day particularly, Swami took Kasturiji inside. Swami would never call normally any lady alone. But they were old ladies, devotees, but Swami called Kasturiji inside. The moment these ladies entered and Swami indicated Kasturi to go also in the interview room, then Swami followed. He closed the door. Before they could cry, Swami himself started crying, shedding tears, holding her hands. Amma, what tragedy has befallen you? What misfortune that you lost her husband just 3 months, and then your son. Ayo, it is so this sad. This he started shedding tears. Now this lady started consoling Swami. Swami, please don't cry, don't cry. She took Swami's kerchief and gave kerchiefs to Swami, started wiping his tears. Reverse. And I mentioned this avatar can act. All Oscars would go to him. He actually cried. Kasturiji also shed tears because Swami cried so naturally. It was not any artificial crying. He actually shared that grief of these ladies, which nobody else could do. And they started consoling Swami. Swami, this happens. After all, they must have merged with you only. Life is everybody born has to die. They started giving discourse to Swami on life and death. Then this God told her. He took bunch of letters which he had kept separately on his windowsill. He said, read these letters. These letters were written by her son. Every day he used to write. He was a great spiritual soul. Swami said he was a great yogi. He had come first to fulfill some purpose. He used to write to me every day, I want to merge with you, I want to merge with you. Look at these letters. And at last, when the time came, I could not hold him. And he merged with me. And then Swami pointed out. He was sitting in his body, in light body, very visible at Swami's lotus feet, his son. Who can give such personal touch? This is not one or two cases, millions. This is how this divinity works. This is how this 5 feet 3 inch God operates. जय गुरु भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।